Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Growth, longevity, understanding, and integrity. Me and you, we on the road. Graduate, top discovery. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do it with my people like mine. Yeah. What you gonna do when you need it? What you gonna do?
Reboot. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Reboot podcast. Shelly Welly, STL. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm living life. I'm ready to talk. We have so many goodies tonight. I'm buzzing. How are you, STL?
I am absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for asking and cannot wait for what you all have planned. So let's go.
I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited today. Our show is going to be talking, we're going to dive deeper into the idea of money management and money and the aspect it plays in our life. First of all, I just want to know, how's everybody week? Just real quick, how's everybody week?
Yes, how are you? And I just want to say hey to all our early, always here as soon as we start people. The Rebel Inc. We love you, Rebel. You are always working with us, helping us, and just being the lovely self that you are. We got BTD Mom. Thank you, BTD, for being here.
Hello.
Mel Holiday is always here. And Twana's Twitch. Hey, Twana's Twitch. I've been seeing that name pop up a lot lately. Welcome, everybody. How are you?
Appreciate y'all.
And Twana's Twitch is a streamer. Let me throw that in there. And she is also the newest member of our actual church. So she's a part of our ministry. So she's doing some awesome things. She's located out there in the Arizona. But yeah, she's going to be bringing some young people and some activity into our 2:00 stream. And I want to invite you. We want to fast track her as an affiliate. So if you are not following Tawana's Twitch, please follow her ASAP because we want that affiliate position. We want that thing just expedited as quickly as possible. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. So much love to everybody.
Yes, we always love to have good conversations here. We love everybody coming in and talking with us. I want to hit y'all real quick with some quotes. Y'all know how I do. I'm infatuated with quotes. I love quotes. I want to get y'all opinion on it. Okay, so I'm gonna hit you with a quote. You tell me what you think about it. What's your opinion on it? And also comment in the chat. Y'all want to hear this quote? Y'all tell me your opinion on it. Okay.
I'm coming off the dome, raw, uncut. I'm not thinking about it.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Here's the first one. Let me find this so I can say it right. Okay. This is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Money don't solve money problems.
What?
What? Okay, so
that sounds like some
never
Kim
heard
Kardashian stuff. Money does solve money problems. If I got money problems, I need money to fix them.
What's going on, truck driver? How you doing? Thanks for coming in and talking with us today.
Hi, truck driver.
Truck driver, when you hear this quote, money don't solve money problems, what do you think? Is it true? Is it not true? Shelly not feeling it. STO, you heard this quote before?
Yes.
Yes. I've never heard
it, but I money solves money problems. That's like when people are like, oh, would you rather cry in a Benz or be happy in a shack? Give me the Benz. Okay. Give me the Benz and a couple $100 bills to dry up my tears, and I'll be good.
Oh, see, how they said what? Truck driver said that's a lie. Y'all, I'm disagreeing with all of y'all. Money does not solve money problems. Okay. If you
give us the real spill.
If you make $30,000 a year and you get to the end of that year, you don't have any money saved and you broke. If you make $2 million a year, when you get to the end of the year, it's going to be the same issue because money is not you. Money's not the issue. It's your habits and it's what you do with your money. That's the issue, not necessarily more money. That's what I think that quote is saying. That's what I think it means to me. Shelly's not having
it. Absolutely. You're onto something because we hear all these stories of people who like win the lottery and they're millionaires one year and they're dead broke the next. Yes. So you actually might be onto something with that. Money might not solve money problems all the time.
Yes. Auntie Diddy, how you doing? Good evening. Thank you for coming in here. Run Reason, peace, Queen. Come on, thank you for coming
Holiday
in here.
said what? And Truck Driver said that's a lie. And Crazy Baritone said, well, let me get some more money and I'll let you know. Period.
Period. I feel the same way. But this is what is interesting to me. I think that the same habits that you have with your money when you ain't got money is going to be the same habits you have with your money when you do have money. So you just kind of got to get yourself in check. So then when you do get the money, you don't have issues with it. It doesn't leave so fast.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. You got to have money, perspective, and good habitual habits, not like one-time habits, like consistent habits. I'm here. I agree with that.
Truck driver said, now that's a different thing.
Period.
I don't think so.
If you give it to Joe Schmo, he might flunk it away. But if you give it to moi, profits on profits on profits.
I've heard people say that money doesn't do anything but make you more of who you are. So if you're a spender, you get more money, you're going to spend. If you're a giver, you get more money, you're going to give. If you kind of anal and you like to spend all your money on yourself, you get more money. That's what you're going to do.
Okay. Yeah, facts.
Okay, let's go to the next one. This one. Money doesn't change a person. It unmasks them. That's kind of what I just said.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
Okay. And then my other one is this. It's an African proverb, okay? I looked it up on Google, so it's got to be true. This is it. Money is sharper than a sword.
So money can kill?
I think this is a dope proverb, dope quote.
Okay.
What? How do you take it, Shelly? First, how do you take it?
I think it's saying like money can kill. Like it can, because obviously a sword is like one of the fastest way to die, straight to the heart. So if money is sharper than a sword, so what is it? Sword, money, gun? Like what's the level here? By the way, hi, One Reason. I don't think I got to say that. Hi, One Reason, and hi, Auntie Diddy. Auntie Diddy in the house.
Come on, we want y'all in here. Thank y'all for coming in here and talking with us today. STL, have you heard this one?
No.
money is sharper than a sword. When I hear that, it makes me think that, money is more powerful. It's very powerful. And if you got money, you can make moves. Like you can make moves faster than trying to kill somebody. If you got the money, you could pay somebody. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Suge. Is his name Suge Knight? He was over the Tupac and
Death
he had the
Row?
label. Yeah, Death Row.
Yeah.
And he was making
or P Diddy.
Or P Diddy got all that money and is in jail, and he's not like adherent to none of the rules because he got
Mel
all
Holiday
the money.
just said that. Mel Holiday said the more money you have, you can hire the best hitman. And
Period.
One Reason said it's the power behind it. Facts.
I mean, you could hire, somebody to off somebody, and then they take the rap for it, go to jail for it and all.
Yeah, if you got enough.
I think, Sheila Miles said money can be used as a weapon of manipulation. Definitely. So, because it's like this, if you got the money, why not? Why not use it to make your life better or easier or whatever? What's the point? If I'm gonna sit here and make all the sacrifice to make money, what's the point of not using it in that way?
Yeah, because I don't know. What reminds me of that is Jeffrey Epstein. The way he was able to get away with what he was doing for decades, there's nothing behind it but money. That's it.
It's interesting. But I think that more so you could just make more moves like with money than it is a sword. Okay, this is the next one. It's the last one I got. This is another African proverb, okay? I seen it on Google, so it's got to be true. Here it is. One cannot feast. Google's king. One cannot feast and become rich.
One cannot feast and become rich. I'll probably agree with that one. That makes sense because you can feast after you're rich, like get in the mud and grind so you can get there. And then once you get there, now you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? Like you can't have your cake. It's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to grind for it and then enjoy it.
You got to grind for it and then enjoy. I think so because I'm telling you, I've been trying to feast and make money this whole time. And I see from experience, it don't work.
Yeah.
It
Mel
does
said,
not work.
I know a millionaire and she is so miserable. That's unfortunate.
I've heard this before.
I always wonder how people get into those positions.
I mean, because I think it just shows you that money's not everything. You literally cannot buy happiness. You literally cannot.
Where are the people, at the very least, where are the people who were with you before the money? Like, did you not have any relationships to carry with you? You know what I mean? Did you as you started to obtain money, did you figure out all of your friends were not really who you thought they were?
Is that Reiki image? Reiki? How do you
Reiki image or Reiki?
However you say it. Listen, thank you for coming in here. I think it's Reiki image. Correct us if we're wrong. Thank you for coming here and talking with us tonight. One reason said maybe she never had people.
Maybe she never had people. That's true, man. That's heartbreaking. I couldn't imagine. That's one of my biggest fears is ending up in like on top of all of my goals and nothing. Man, nothing. Nobody to share it with. Nothing like to feed my soul and not just my pockets.
Exactly. I think so. We often everything's kind of like money craze, so we often think about let's focus on getting money. When really, I think it should be. You want to create a well-rounded life for yourself. So you want money, you want the relationships, you want the people, and you want to grow it all at the same time. Sometimes it's difficult to do that, but I think it's important because you don't want to be a millionaire with no people and no family and stuff like that. Reason's
dropping some gems.
Go ahead, read this for us.
Oh yeah, he said maybe they are just miserable with themselves and money can't fix that. And then he also said unless they're paying for therapy. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Very true.
I see this little podcast on TikTok, and there was this guy. There was like a group of women and men, and the men was talking to the women like he was saying, if I have money and I make money, I could pay for someone to come and clean my house. I could pay for someone to cook my food. I could pay for someone to be there for me. So what is the point of having a wife?
Boy.
And so he posed the question to the lady, and so then she was trying to like say, wife does this or wife does that, and he was like, but I can pay for all of that. And then this is
Yeah,
kind of
but if
reminded me
you
of that.
have me, you now have a thoughtful, loving companion. Or if you have a wife, I shouldn't say me, but if you have a wife, you have a thoughtful, loving companion, and you get to save that money. Come on now.
You get to save the money or give the money to me. Which
Yes.
one is it? Because the money you was gonna pay, I might want it now. Let's talk about it. No,
I cannot.
I just thought
That's
it was
true.
so interesting. But I think that people place the value on money much higher. Well, some people place the value on money much higher than they do on relationships and on people. Like, yeah, you can pay for everything. You can pay for everything, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be the same. Like, you can pay for everything,
Yeah,
but you
my
can have
point
somebody who
exactly.
actually cares for you and is not just doing it to get a check. They're doing it because they love you. They want to be there for you. They want to support you in that way. Okay. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
Rebel Link said, but that's not all a wife does, though. So true. So true. So many dynamics of what relationships look like now. You have so many different ways. So some women like to do all that and men expect that. Some women like to be the breadwinners and men expect something different. So I think that anybody can be anything, but I just thought that was so weird. Like we get into a weird
Yeah.
age.
Weird flex, but okay.
Now, this is my question. Let's see. Tyrone Busky. Hey, thank you for coming here and talking with us. How you doing?
Period. And one reason
Period.
that some wives don't do that, man. No, you're absolutely right, because I've seen some people. I mean, it goes both ways, but I have seen some women drain their spouses, not just financially, but yeah, drain their spouses.
Mel Holiday say people that have money are usually control freaks.
Yeah, I could see that, because I mean, look at Beyonce. She worked so hard to get to where she is, and now when you watch like documentaries about her, she's so direct and like, I need it this way. Like, you don't even need to say anything else to me. I need it this way, and that's it. Period.
You know what? No, listen. Let's talk about Beyonce because listen, she used to try to be nice. Me and my sister were talking about this a few weeks ago or whatever. She used to try to be nice and talk to the folks nice and give them chances or whatever. But I think what she found out was that you can't be nice and also get the things you want to get done in her industry. You have to be direct. You have to just give it straightforward, and you have to expect people to do it at this certain level, because if you don't, they will not. You talk to, and I think that's, and also a reason why a lot of people in like management positions get a bad rep, because you have to like kind of come at it a certain way, because if you don't, people don't respond the way that they should.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I absolutely agree. And I think that does happen. The one time I ever was in a management position, one of my friends who I also worked with came to me and she was like, "Are you on a power trip? Like, if like everyone's thinking you're on a power trip." And I learned at that point that that's why, I know a lot of times people complain about this, but that's why oftentimes they don't promote within the ranks. They bring new management in, because once you see your friend going from working with you to working above you, you do kind of get that stigma in your head about them, like, who she thinks she is.
Yeah, it's
And
like
that. And I had to tell them, like, yo, I'm not on a power trip. You see me outside of this building, I'm the same exact person, but like, because of the position I have now, I do have to ensure for my job security that things are running a certain way.
Let me see. Auntie Diddy, exactly. You have to be assertive and command respect, especially as a woman. So yeah. One reason said my wife is seeing that right now.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry she's going through that, but tell her to stay strong, because I just had to let my people know, like, look, I got to keep my job too. I got to keep my job too.
It's not power. It's not because you're making more money. It's just simply because you got to get it done. And this is how this is what y'all respond to. Y'all don't respond to me saying, "Oh, please, can you, I'm just gonna, hey, did you get that? Did you get that done? Oh, you're gonna do it next Friday? Okay, well, just let me know. Bless you." They don't respond to that.
Yeah, no. Countless times I would try to be nice. I think I told you guys part of this. Countless times I'd try to be nice and be like, okay, I'll go clean. I'll let you close the register. Every single time I got back up to the front after cleaning the whole back by myself, the register's off and I don't know how to fix it. The register's off by $20. The register's off by $50 and I don't know how to fix it. Bro, if you didn't know how to close the register, you should have just let me stay up here because now I have to stay another 30 minutes to figure out what your problem was.
Did you check her pockets?
Nice. You said what?
Did you check her pockets?
It was always the computer. Every single time, It was always the computer.
Now we're seeing now that they're having, and this is a little off subject, but I want to ask it. They're having more ways that you can work through apps now. So it's not necessarily a management team; it's an algorithm. So if your levels are under here and you're not performing, then you have to get out. So what do you think about that? Because there's this app called Bacon that I have seen, and it's basically where you can work at different establishments, but instead of being like a W-2 worker, you're like a contractor. So they just pay you as if you're like Uber, or something like Uber or something, but you actually work at establishments and jobs. So do you think that the workforce going towards that area, making money that way, is better? Or do you think that's kind of like a
I think I've told you guys before, I contract for Amazon and I can't stand it. Because there's with a real person, you have leeway. With those systems like that, there's no leeway. I've seen people, because there's a Facebook group for the Amazon contracting that I'm in, the Facebook group. And I see people all the time. They're like, my account was shut down today because I was 4 minutes late for a shift. What do? The algorithm don't care about you, sis. They're shutting you down immediately. They don't care. And they got a line of people waiting to contract anyway. So we'll get the next one. And then like we're rated based off of like the reviews that people leave us after we drop the packages at their house. So you have to be so like, I don't know. I just don't like it. Yes. Like I take the kids with me. So when I'm like pulling up to like a really quiet neighborhood, I'm like, okay, everybody turn your tablets down. Please don't be screaming while I'm trying to get the packages out. Then I have to like make sure my car is parked the right way so no packages fall out the back of my car. And then people be like, oh, she dropped my package. And it's like, it wasn't even yours. It was Brenda's. That's like 3 blocks away. But okay.
Right. Tyrone Buskey said,
but it does keep consistency across the board.
Yeah, yes, he said. No special treatment. But the thing is, it's like, human
error.
It's a trade-off, right? Yeah, it keeps things consistent across the board and it keeps you at a certain level. But once you make that mistake, and we will make mistakes, we are not perfect, then you kind of get a bad rep. But when it's with a person, you have to deal with that power struggle. But you can also, like, they're human, so they understand, sometimes. So it's like a trade-off. Sheila Miles says, I don't trust y'all don't trust that type of management. It's interesting.
I don't like it.
It's interesting, but I do think it's the new wave, and it's the new way, and that's in the future. It's going to be mostly like that, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But let's talk about once you do. Let's say even if you contracting, if you're a W-2 worker, if you're an entrepreneur, whatever, you make the money. What do you do with the money, right? How do you manage the money so that you have the money working for you? That's my question, okay? We are so excited, okay, because on the Reboot podcast today, we have special guests with us today. So we have treats for you guys today. Our first special guest is someone that's very special to me, okay? This woman right here, talk about save a dollar, a penny, a nickel, whatever it is, okay? She's a G at it. So I want to bring her on. I want her to give us a little bit of pointers so we can talk about it. So I want to bring on my sister, Marshonda Willingham.
Hi, Marshonda.
Hello. Thanks for having me on, ladies.
Thanks for coming on, sis. I'm gonna call you. You want me to call you sis? You want me to call you Marshonda? Which one? Miss Willingham. Okay. We thank you for coming on today. Thank you. Want you to kind of give us some pointers. As far as your personal experience with after you make the money, how do you save it? How do you make it work for you and things like that? Look, sis, BTD Mom said she did emojis. I know it's excitement emojis. The Rebel Ink said Marshonda, her pastor. The her pastor. Okay.
The people are loving Marshonda, our first Reboot guest.
I know. Thanks for having me. Yeah, honestly, thanks for having me on. I was just Lena and I, we talk about money all the time because she always makes fun of me. She calls me. She always says that I live like a peasant. That's her favorite thing to say about me.
Y'all,
Uh,
Marshonda, let me tell you, if you Marshonda she got the habits of a peasant, and she probably got the money of a king. Is all I'm saying. You ain't gonna never know,
And
because
that's the way to be.
she saves that. Don't let it be a penny on the ground. Let me tell you, Marshonda knows how to save that money. I'm telling you.
It's very
Go,
funny, but no,
go ahead,
I
sis.
definitely I do value a penny. So I'm really excited to share my experiences today. I do want to say, I had a very I guess specific path as far as like going into corporate America out of college. So everything today will be from that perspective, right? So I never really had not the pastor. Thank you, Revelink.
Come on,
So I
Pastor.
never really had like contracting work or anything like that, but that was kind of my path. And then this is just my personal experience, like no, financial advice necessarily. So just want to throw that out there. So yeah, so as far as like something that I focused on when just like finally not having ramen every night and 2 cents to my name was focusing on a budget, right? And so I
Yes.
think that can sometimes be a hard word for people, but to me it just meant being intentional about my money, right? The way that I would sustain myself, and then making sure that it worked for me as hard as I worked for it. And so that's what generally budgeting means to me. So just some things that I like to do first and foremost is just always be realistic about how much income I'm actually pulling in. So that's after taxes and before I start spending, right? Just to have that very real number right in your face, and being honest and realistic about that.
That's important.
Definitely. I think a lot of times, we see this, amount, even if you're just starting out and it's like, oh, $16.50 an hour. Okay, well, is it really $16.50 an hour, or is it, $12.32 an hour?
Yeah.
And so
It is.
really acknowledging what your means are and knowing what your means are. So that's my first little thing that I like to do for myself.
Okay.
Next is taking inventory, right? So understanding exactly what you are wanting to spend your money on. I think for a lot of us, if we didn't learn the best financial habits in the very beginning, we think that we can't start, further down the line, right? You can start at any point. And I think if you're starting further down the line or further into your life, right, then you just simply say, take inventory on what you have going on. So write down how your money is spent. And for everybody that's like a goal setter at the beginning of the year or your birthday or whatever, writing down things is very important. It's the exact same thing for money. And I always like to do that. Like,
I want to interject right here.
Question.
I want to interject right here because Marshonda is saying, "Oh, just write it down, write it down." This woman, do you hear me, chat? Are you listening? This woman has 59 spreadsheets for the money that she makes, where she wants to put the money, savings, goal. 59 spreadsheets. Do you hear me?
Is she
When I'm
saying
talking?
you have 59 spreadsheets?
Okay, but let me jump in here. And Marshonda, it's so good to have you tonight. Let me say about Marshonda. Marshonda is an executive at one of this is for real. She is an executive at one of the major bank chains in the country. This girl has a position that grown-ups would love to have and can't reach the goal and attain what she's got. So now I'm just telling the truth. So now, while we want to rag her for 59 spreadsheets, those 59 spreadsheets and that mindset and that behavior has put her as a top dog within her country at her age. Now she's doing something that some folks would be working 10, 15, 20 years to work up to the level that she's at right now today. So Marshonda, you do your 59 spreadsheets. Do your 59 spreadsheets.
Listen,
Because
listen.
No,
where you
no,
are.
Marshonda, no.
Cut it down.
Oh.
Cut it down to like 2 or 3. Thank
Wait,
you.
I'm
Just kidding.
Auntie Diddy, look, I need the deets on the spreadsheets. You might have the keys to help me pay off this student loan debt. Come on through, okay? BTD mom, you can teach me, child. Auntie Diddy said, oh, and by the way, pay off your mortgage early. She just telling the folks, okay?
Yes.
I said the thing about the spreadsheets because I want people to understand that it's not just writing down, like you have to be meticulous and in depth in that thing. And so then the fact that Marshonda has so many spreadsheets, I'm trying to express that she goes in, like she's serious about her money. And whether Marshonda would make, whether if she was making $20,000 a year or whether she was making whatever, she would be having them 59 spreadsheets because she's intentional.
As much as I'm joking, I have 3 spreadsheets.
Come on.
So I mean,
like spreadsheets are great.
As much as I'm like 59, I might be there one.
I definitely think, the other thing is like, if you're not a spreadsheet person, like some tools that really help out with budgeting. There are tons of apps right now. Some of my favorites are Every Dollar. So Every Dollar is an app that Dave Ramsey put out. And he basically his idea is that you budget to the, like basically to the penny, but at least to the dollar. So every dollar of your income is allocated somewhere, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be allocated to like your want or your needs. It can be your wants. It can be traveling. It can be saving. It can be all of that. So every dollar is, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it in the chat.
So every dollar is great. Another one is Mint. So Mint is one that you can, oh, good. See? Mint is something that you can actually connect to all of your bank accounts, all of your, either your, that sounded weird, but either, your bank account or your savings account or your credit cards, any of that.
And your bills.
And yes, and your bills, and track all of that at once. So if you're not a spreadsheet person or you're not a pen and paper person, those are some fun apps to use as well.
I will drop both of them in the chat, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
okay, sis, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. So super high level of like budgeting. I always split it up into needs versus wants. My needs are housing, food, clothing, transportation, and savings. And then everything outside of that to me is a want. That's phone. That's, really outside of like basic clothing. That's a want. Internet is a want. Trip, all that stuff to me is a want. But your budget is supposed to be personal, right? So you really decide what works for you. Because, which is the next topic, how are you going to stick to it if you don't believe in it, right? So never set something up that you actually cannot, that you can't actually stick to or that you don't agree with. So, yeah. And then last piece about the setting up a budget, just identify your time frame. Some people budget daily, some people budget weekly, some people budget monthly. I'm somewhere between weekly and monthly is what I like to do. It just helps me be very intentional about sticking to my budget and acknowledging what I'm actually spending. So, yeah. So
and then you look, just reiterate, you look at your budget how many times a month?
Probably 2 to 3 times a month. Yeah.
Yeah. I want everybody to answer that question. How often are you looking at the things that Marshonda's saying? So she's saying that you should have a realistic picture of your monthly income, whether it's consistent or not. You should have an outline of what you really need to survive and what you kind of just want to survive. Mm-hmm. So how many of you guys are actually doing this? Like, even if it's not on a spreadsheet, writing it down, or, taking a mental note, at least checking your bank account and like your bills and things like that to make sure you're on track. Lena, I look at my budget once a year. Phoenix.
I look at my budget once a year because I have a goal. Then once I get into it, my budget doesn't agree with my lifestyle. So I have to just put that in the back of my mind because it's not understanding what I got to do. Internet and my phone is not an essential. Is that what you're saying?
Now,
That's
I
what I
will
say.
say my internet and my phone are on my needs list.
Yo, y'all out here really doing it though. Y'all,
They're
I'm
on
proud of
my
y'all.
needs list.
Oh.
It's mad kids in this house. We need Coco Melon, okay?
You hear me?
That's
Coco Melon out here
hilarious.
saving lives. That's all I'm
What?
gonna say. Okay, sis, go for it. Go for it.
And when you're looking at that, a general budgeting rule is the 50-30-20. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and then 20% for savings. That's just like if you're starting out, they suggest doing that generally. My personal experience is that I like to see more savings than everything else. So I have or we'll get to this, but I have a save first mentality, not a pay even necessities or wants first. I have the mindset that what comes in, I save first, and then everything else can be allocated to that needs, wants versus additional savings. So, yeah.
Now let me jump in one more time because this is my girl. This is my girl. Now, while this may sound like, oh my goodness, I can't do this, and she's not going to toot her own horn, so I can toot it for her.
Go ahead.
She is a home owner and investment holder. So at the end of the day, this ain't no wannabe conversation. This
At
sister
all.
has put this in the motion, and she's living this day by day as a millennial, but yet and still she's got that home, she's got those investments, and in looking and going to do something even bigger and better. Y'all better watch this rising star. Shine your light on them, Marshonda. Shine your
You're
light.
better.
I love it.
You better
Y'all
get
are
to
just
tune that home girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Toot,
Yes,
toot,
ma'am.
toot, toot, toot.
Oh Lord, we short on the ties this week. I gotta pay the mortgage now, so make sure you make my
Listen,
See what I'm
you
saying?
are
The
young,
folks
you
come
are
on
black,
out,
you
don't
are
they?
beautiful, and you have more accolades than many people could wish for, girl.
No, I'm very blessed, and I appreciate that. So thank you guys.
Okay, sis, go for it.
Yeah, sticking with the budget. So number one, be intentional, right? Be realistic, be present in your spending. Top three things, right? And then number four, which is the most important, is discipline. So be intentional, meaning, do I need this? My thing is a Starbucks coffee or a chai. Do I need this Starbucks chai today? Or is it in the budget? Did I budget for this many chais this week? And so just being very intentional about where you want your money to be spent. Would you rather spend it on yourself? Would you rather save it? Would you rather take a trip next month? Right. So all of those things, we should think about those things as much as we, think about what we're going to eat next, or our favorite show or something like that, whatever is important. Like your money should be as important to you as what you need to sustain, because you do need it. At least that's how I like to think of it. Be present in your daily spending habits literally means be present, right? So I actually,
That's a good one.
whenever I feel like I'm getting off of my budget, I leave my cards at home. I literally leave the house with like no money. And it works, right? And so that's part of the discipline. So just some things to try to like get yourself back on track. And then be realistic. So if you know that if you're only giving yourself $50 to eat out a week, but you eat out every day, and you're gonna, at Cheesecake Factory and everywhere else, more than likely that's not a realistic budget. So be very honest with yourself. All of that, I love seafood, right? So I like spend money on food. So I'm not gonna only budget for myself to have $50 in food, because it's just, I'm gonna
yourself. Be realistic. Yes.
Yeah. So it's super important. And then what do you do when you fall off of your budget? You're trying to stick to it and you fall off, you reboot. Can I get the theme song?
Reboot.
So yeah, like it's a learned skill, and it's not something that are not always going to be perfect at. It's never too late to start and just reboot and get yourself back on track. So
I love that.
Yeah. Last but not least, how to save. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a saver first. So I take my income, I take my savings percentage that I generally increase year over year, right? If I can. I think when I first started out, I would do something like 10%, right? Saving at least 10% of my income up front. And then as time went on, as years went on, you naturally, of course, make more money or earn more income. I just increased that. So for me, my first save is a 25% off the top, right? Which seems like a which seems like a lot, but that's not where I started, right? So that's a gradual increase. So from 10% to 25. And what do I mean when I say save first? I don't see the money. The money, I don't even see it into my main bank account, right? So I can't take you right now. So it's like I set up a separate account that's direct debit out of my my income, every 2 weeks, and it goes to an account that I actually don't even have a debit card to. So if I want to even try to get to that money, I have to do a wire transfer. It takes 3 days. It's not easily accessible, and that just helps with the discipline, right? So it allows me to be able to say I'm intentionally putting this money away, and also I'm intentionally not touching it unless I absolutely have to. So when something takes 3 days to transfer, you start to think, do I actually need it? So
if I was in the doctor's office and they put one of those little cuffs on me right now, my blood pressure would be through the roof.
What?
Listen,
Why?
Because listen, when I'm in the store, I'm quick to be like, well, it's in my savings account, so beep, 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 beep. I got it.
Oh, wait. My savings account can't. Listen, I don't even want to talk. Listen, let's stick with y'all. Listen, so how often do you see that 25%? How often do you check that account? Because I need to put my eyes on at least once or twice a year.
You don't, right? I mean, I hardly look at.
Yeah, not generally. Maybe once every, maybe once a quarter. And I only do that because there's a little graph on the account, and so I just like to see it increase. It's like a very natural, nerdy, weird thing that I like to see graphs going up, and so I'll look at it. But outside of that, and there was a statistic that came out. I don't know if you guys saw this a while back. There was a study that was done that said it polled American adults, and the poll said that 70% of American adults, do not have at least $1,000 in their bank account or in their savings account.
Wow, 70%?
70%. And then on top of that, 45% had $0 in their savings account. And these are adults, right?
Wow.
And so when you start looking at that, I think sometimes people feel like they're the only ones that are having money issues, but it's clearly not, right? Saving, budgeting is something that affects the masses.
Listen.
But it's something
that's alarming, though. Those are big numbers.
Yeah.
Those are really big numbers.
They are.
They're huge numbers. I had to take a drink. I'm in the number. Okay. I will spend my money all the way down. That's something that I have. So this is a very good podcast for me because, honey, you just blowing my mind with all this 25% right off top.
So you got to implement at least one of these things by the end of the night.
Yes, come on. Exactly.
One of them. You got to implement the 50, 30, 20.
50, 30, 20.
Or you got to get that direct debit going. Well, I'm sure in your field it's harder to do a direct debit. So maybe or a spreadsheet, or maybe when a client pays you, you already take it off the top and go straight to the bank.
Listen. Go ahead, sis.
I was just going to say there's the envelope method that some people use, many people who handle cash. So they just still have this 50, 30, 20 rule. And as soon as they get funds, they just allocate it that way if you don't have direct deposit.
Yeah, we got a good question. We got a good question in the chat. Auntie Didi said, do you put your savings into an online savings account with a high yielding rate? Are there any banks you know or recommend? Yeah,
for sure. So I break my savings out into 2 accounts. So the 25% is split between those 2 accounts. The first account is just, I think maybe 5% goes in there. And it's just like a more of like an emergency fund, right? So if I absolutely needed cash, guys, as Jean said earlier, so I have a townhouse. So if something breaks down, being able to immediately access those funds. So I'm sure you guys have heard of the emergency fund, which is supposed to be somewhere between 3 to 6 months of your expenses, like your monthly expenses is what you're supposed to have in your emergency fund you want to save for. So for that one, it's just my regular checking account. And so it's not a high yields. The rest of it goes to, I do have a high yield savings account. I personally use this bank called Axos. It's AXOS. I chose it because they did have a higher yield as opposed to some of the other online banks. I did choose to go with an online bank. So of course, there's like lower overhead. I recommend them. I really like their interface. I like the little graph, right? And then it's pretty easy to go in and see exactly what's happening. The interest rate it's fairly good. I think it's at 0.5% APY right now. So it's a little higher than your regular savings account. So for that 20%, I do not, that's something to me that I'm just like building cash, right? So I obviously, if you guys like really get into it, generally at a certain point, it's not advised that your cash on hand sits in either a regular savings account or a high yield savings account, because at a certain point, long term, it doesn't work for you. It doesn't gain you enough interest long term. So I would just say, like, in the short term, so if you're looking for something for, years, like 20 years, right? It doesn't actually like earn enough money over like a 20-year time period. But if you're looking maybe to just have just getting to the process, maybe like a 5-year period, then yeah, I would definitely say use a high yield savings account and then look at some of the online banks. So yeah, hopefully I answered that. I know I added some stuff in there. So
no, yeah, I'm going to look into Axos.
Yes, I like it a lot. Too bad there's not a referral. If so, I would have been like, hey,
drop my link right here. 20 for you, yeah. 20 for me.
Yeah. And if you're looking for like super long term, like a savings account for like super long term, I would definitely look at more so of the like investing. So like either CDs or maybe some of the like target funds and whatnot. So I would definitely.
I had for you.
Oh, well, let me stop answering, child. I think that's it. Those are most of my points. Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we're going to hit you with some questions. Thank you for all of that information. I think we all got gems and little nuggets and big nuggets and, minds blown. And I see that I have some bad habits that I need to get together. I have a question. Shelly has some questions. So we just want to ask you real quick before we let you go. My first question is, how important and how big of an impact did that ramen noodle phase have on your habits as far as money right now? Or on your life,
Yeah, for sure. So like our mom is super frugal, right? And so I think that was like the first seed of like financial awareness. So I always knew like that I was supposed to save. I knew I was supposed to like have something. And so then of course it's just like translating what you learned as a kid to like real adult life. So like I had like, the standard college experience, like completely broke, like living under paycheck to, I don't even know if it's paycheck to paycheck, whatever it is under that, ramen, free food, like, wherever you can get, you just don't spend any money. So that was probably, I would say it did have an impact. And then people think, once you graduate college, all of a sudden you get like, you go into this high paying job. And it's just
money.
like,
yeah.
And it's just, it's not that way. You come back to your main city, rent is high. You need a car, right? You start looking at all of your needs. And so it can be very difficult. But I think at some point I didn't like the idea of not being financially free even in the respective to where I am now. Right. And so, yeah, it was impactful, but not as much as my mindset of just wanting to get to a place where I didn't have to worry about the next paycheck coming in. You know, I didn't want the stress.
Mm-hmm. So Marshonda's gonna be that mom that's like, you got McDonald's money? Okay, then you got McDonald's at home.
Marshawn's gonna be that aunt who says that. But please don't say it to my kids, sis. Please don't say it to my kids.
Yeah.
Give them the McDonald's.
We don't like when I'm at Auntie Shonda's house. We eat ramen noodles and turkey sandwiches.
I'm gonna say it's only until you got. So be thankful.
JK, but yeah, that's it. I mean, those are some good gems, and to carry that with you throughout young adulthood, especially because I think it's very easy. I mean, we all hear about in college, people get those refund checks and they go blow them. So to have that mentality in university age and be able to maintain it throughout, you know, I mean, you're still a young adult, but continuing that legacy.
Yes,
that's powerful. That's very powerful. I love that. If anybody has a question in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and shoot mine off. But if you have a question in the chat, drop it and then we'll read it for you and see if we can get you an answer. Okay, so I have a couple things, but I think the most important thing I want to know is you spoke about how at a certain point having your money stored away in a bank account starts working against you. So my question is, at what point do you start putting more money into like retirement savings or like a 401k instead of those accounts? Or is that a point? How does that work?
Yeah, you guys are going to really have a face right now. So that 25% savings is outside of my 401k.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually take what's advised is like whatever your company matches, right? So if your company matches 6%, if you can do that, if you can make it work, contribute up to that 6%, they'll match it. And then of course that helps grow your 401k that way. So I would say start with, I mean, I'm 100% all about retirement savings. So if it's not a 401k, at least a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. The only difference is the taxes either at the front or taxes at the end. So I would 100%. So the traditional, the taxes at the end. The Roth IRA is when you contribute funds after your taxes have been taken out.
Oh, okay.
So especially for our age, you know, that 20-year-old age, it's highly recommended to, even if you're contributing like $50 a month, right? 20 to 30. Excuse me.
Not too heavy. Not too heavy on her because I saw that face and it ain't right. It ain't right.
We're 30 now, sis. You're in the 30s club, sis. No, I'm not going to get too much in.
Not too heavy. Cut Phoenix's mic off.
That's not your group anymore.
Right now.
No, that's not your group anymore.
Okay, it's fine. This is all I was going to say. That 20 years old is the ideal age to start saving for retirement because of the rule of compound interest. And so someone saving at 20 versus 30 versus 40, there's a natural, you just earn so much more money naturally. That's all I was saying. So at any point, either 20 or 30, I 100% recommend starting like an IRA, traditional or Roth, or your 401k through your company. So.
Okay. So in that case, when your money in the bank stops working for you, what do you do?
I would say you start investing in
stocks and real estate and so forth.
Yes. Okay. So I always tell people, if you are interested in just basics of investing, go to fidelity.com. They have an amazing training program just to get you familiar with what a stock is, what is a mutual fund, what is an equity, you know, just talking through all of that. You can set up an account and like test trade. So if you want to get into trading, like understanding what that really means. Also, there is one of my favorite, sorry, I popped up something. One of my favorite accounts on IG to follow is Girls on the Money. So it's a Black woman who said, hey, like we need to learn the basics of investing, right? And not enough of us know it. And so she started whole a whole program for it. And so she's on the web and she's on IG. I'm sure she's on Facebook as well. So yes,
Come on,
Girls on the
drop the
Money.
link, Shelly.
Yes, drop the link.
Girls on. Okay, we have a question. We've had a lot of comments. Let me see. One reason said this is dope. Appreciate you. We got some new people came in here. Laney Sherman, Laney, thank you for coming in here. Also, let me say we had a question. Let me pull it back up.
Yes.
Okay.
Mac TTF.
Mac TTF. The question is, I have a question. Not sure if it was asked. Okay, it says, do you have any recommendations for a beginner savers course for children?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think this is very important. We should be teaching kids to start as soon as you get in here. Y'all need to start saving for retirement for real. I think it should be before 20, just because of inflation on that thing. Go ahead, sis. Answer your question, if you would like. Please.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
so
you.
I would recommend looking into trusts, of course. I know everybody wants, we make fun of trust fund babies. And it's obviously pretty intricate, right? So I couldn't go through everything right now, but I would say look into creating a trust. There are some, obviously the college savings plan. I think it's the 509. I don't know. I don't have kids.
I don't actually know. And I always think it's fake. That's a real thing.
Yes, you can do a college savings plan for your child. You can start that early. So look into that. Honestly, what STL, she got her Series 63. She can go in here and give you all the real names of this stuff.
Hey.
It's the 509. They can get the 509. I am not currently, I let my license expire this year. So I'm going to be real restricted, but it is the 509. You're correct.
Thank you. So that definitely look into that. I have even heard of people actually starting Roths for younger kids.
Really?
So I would say look into that. I don't know the ins and outs. Once again, I don't have kids, so it's not something that I really researched. But at least definitely for the college savings plan and the trust, and just looking at that. Obviously, if you start a portfolio, you can transition your portfolio, right? And for your kids to have access to that, right? So I just say start and pass it on. So
I love that.
Love it. Want to say what's going on to Bryson. Thank you for coming in here. Elena, thank you for coming in here. Thank y'all for joining us. We're talking about money management today, y'all. We're getting a lot of good gems. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Shonda Willingham, my sister, one of my favorite people in the world. Thank you for being on and giving us some gems. Do you want to leave us with any last words, anything before we let you go? We're not kicking you out now if you want to stay.
No, you're good. I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
I did want to say some YouTube channels that I really love. The Break. It's this, once again, a really cool Black woman that actually she's somewhere in London. She is awesome. She breaks it down. She has some really great budget spreadsheets, really great investment tips. She also has kids, so she talks about kids savings plans. Yes, that's her. She's one of my faves. She's really great. So if you have kids, if you, of course, married, all of that stuff, definitely check her out. Rich and Regular. So the idea that Black people don't always talk about money as we should. We don't know how much our parents made. Our parents don't know how much we make. I didn't know Lena didn't. I don't know her situation, but they really try to break down this idea that we don't talk about money enough. Yes, I love them. They're a great couple. And they have a lot of great gems, and they talk about a lot of stuff. Books, I would definitely say The Latte Factor, recognizing being intentional about your daily spending. So check that out. And then your family and friends, right? Talk to your people about money. Ask them what they're doing. Ask them what's not working. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Thank you for the gems. I need an extra drink because I just need to come off of all the stuff you told me. I realize I'm not disciplined. I don't have the structure, but thank you for all of this because, what we need is information and we need the know-how. And once you get that, you have no reason not to soar. So thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for coming in. And we will put that all in the chat. If you want to add any links to the chat, please feel free. And we're going to let you go, sis.
Thank you, guys. Have a great show.
Thank you. Bye.
You too.
I loved that.
Shelly.
I know, but I loved it. So a lot of what she said sounded familiar, but a few of the things really made me think like, I got to tighten up ship a little bit. I gotta tighten that ship a little
bit.
bit because I feel like I could be further if I tightened it up.
I need to build the whole ship. Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
Just take one of the things. Take one of the things she said today and implement it. Even if you just start off slow, implement it for a month, Lena. For a month. Get you some envelopes, divvy it all up.
Okay, I feel you. So listen, guys. Marshada done came in. She done gave us the gems on how to save the money. We got the money. We know how to make it use for how we use it to excel ourselves. Now we just need a little bit more know-how. Okay, we got another guest for y'all. I'm gonna let Shelly go ahead and introduce our next person.
Yes, so this evening, on track, off track, I have a wonderful person coming in. His name is Chase. Chase is the king of entrepreneurs in my mind. He has explored several different business ventures while also obtaining several degrees. So he's got his day job and he's got his side jobs, and he is just nonstop working. If you want to join us at any time, Chase, jump in and we can get this chat going, because I mean, the things that he's done have blown my mind. I truly respect this individual, and I'm super excited to hear what he has to say about really getting your business going and getting it off the ground. Hi,
well, thank you, ladies. Hey, how we doing?
We're doing good. Thank you for coming in. How you doing tonight?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing wonderful. I'm on a podcast, so let's do this thing.
Hey,
Reboot.
So if you want to real quickly just let the people know what do you do? What are your things that you do to bring in the cash flow and for fun, of course?
Oh yeah. So my thing that I like to do is videography. It's become really popular these last couple of years, I'd say. Basically capturing storytelling, and it's a lot of things that comes with that. Filmmaking, anything you can really do with the camera or photography. It doesn't have to just be photography or video. You can honestly do that with anything: logo design, graphic design. I mean, it's a plethora of things you can find. But for me, my main source is videography, going out, capturing special moments for people, and doing basically working with them and doing things that they need and things that they didn't think they could do with video. So.
Yes, and he's wonderful at it. In his early days, he shot for me and my family, shot some wonderful pictures of my babies and of my wedding. I don't know if many people know this, but me and my husband, we got married like that. And I wanted it in the church, and I wanted like the pictures and everything. So Chase said, I got you. Me and Chase are cousins, and he was like, I got you. I'm going to take these pictures for you. And they came out better than I could have imagined. So he's really, really good at what he does. And I love that. I love it for him. And I love that for the people that he gets to experience it with. More recently, though, I've seen you working with some models.
Oh, yes. I've recently gotten to fashion. So, and that's the thing that about videography or anything you do, just don't box yourself in, because once you do that, you're missing a lot of opportunity. I figured that out early with my videography career. I said, I want to do one thing. I just want to shoot weddings. Like, that's all I want to do. And then someone was like, well, hey, one of my mentors was like, hey, you might want to expand your horizon. I'm like, oh, okay. So what do you mean by expanding my horizon? He's like, you can do more than just do that. Like, do events, call people. They need, like, even you can live stream or live stream funerals. You can do certain things, pictures for dogs, pictures with food, commercials. There's so many different things that you can do with it. And that really opened my eyes to saying, hey, I can build this bigger than what I think. So it's a lot of work to it, but it also helps you learn what people want, what people are looking for. And as we all know, you have to stay with the trends these days, because once you lose touch with the world now, it's hard to come back. So it just helps you do those certain things.
Who would have thought that like live streaming funerals would have been a thing? Who would have thought? But like now, it's almost like you have to because of COVID, and people are not able to make it, and it's just like, who would have even thought of that? That's dope.
So that's a gem. I love that. So don't say something that oh, I just want to do this, or I won't do that. I guess you could say you won't do something. Like you could have a boundary, but just be open-minded so that you can flourish.
That's right. And make sure it's
Yeah.
for you. And like I said, you get into something different, it's going to be tough, but once you start and you learn the basics, you'll be fine. I've never shot a fashion show, but I know I've done photography. So you got to have confidence in your skills and then what you can do with that. So
yeah, and you rocked it. You rocked it. I'm gonna drop your Instagram so people can see the recent photos that you did, because I feel like going from that avenue of being like a family photographer to fashion is much different, right? Because shooting families, you're shooting expressions and feelings, and you want to capture moments. Fashion, you're really trying to focus on the clothes and getting the essence of the model and how she looks and how the clothes wear and things like that, or he, and how they wear the clothes. So I love that you were able to explore that and kind of get out there like that.
Definitely. Yep.
And
I
you
want
think
to know
about
though, how go ahead, Lena.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say, you think about fashion and how it used to be back in the day. Like fashion was kind of like New York. If you was in it, you was in it. If you wasn't, you wasn't. But now it's like so many different people have so many different avenues. You got all these different channels, and they are into fashion. Like fashion is a part of whatever you do. So then you just got so many opportunities. You really do.
I'm telling you. And it's like, you do something and someone's like, hey, have you ever thought about doing a video for like a clothing store? Can you shoot me a promo video? I mean, it's so like, that's the thing about it. You can just expand it. But like I said, you find something. It doesn't have to be a video. You find something that you're good at, and you can just think of different ways to manipulate it or make it work for you, is what I'm trying to say.
And he does live that, because in my early days, I was like, I want to be a YouTube star. And Chase was like, I got you. You want to record YouTube videos? I'm here for you. Right. Never did I understand how much work that could be, but he was down and he was ready for me every time I called. So I love that you really do embody that say yes personality. I just want to know, how do you manage it all? I mean, you have a day job, you've got the side gigs. How do you kind of fit everything together to where you don't feel overwhelmed?
So, well, one thing I learned, and everyone has their own experiences. They learn from different things. One thing that taught me was getting my 2 degrees. So school humbled me so much, because I said, if I can use this discipline in school, in the real world, outside of school, I can make something of myself. So it depends on what level of like this discipline that you have. How deep do you want to get into it? How good do you want to be at it, or your time management? So it helped me organize. It helped me put things into perspective. Like, I only have this certain amount of time left. I get out of school this time. I need to do my side job. I have to keep that going, because that's ultimately what I want to do. So it's also it's also like a goal of mine to say, once I finish all this, I have my job, my day job and all that. But once I get to that point where I can finally do my job, my side job 100% of the time, then I can truly say, hey, I've gotten there. But I'm on my way towards that, which having a goal, setting those goals. And I know it's hard sometimes, because, there's all these Netflix shows out there to watch. There's so many distractions, that the mall, I mean, so much stuff you can do. I know.
And not even distractions, just like building a life, like with and like supporting relationships, and checking on your old people. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so you have to decide.
Yes. Oh, let's talk about that. So Chase is recently engaged. How is that? You've got day job, side gig, fiance. You're doing it all.
Yes. Well, I am blessed to find my wife. She'll be here actually in April. She's doing an internship in DC. So she's getting her law degree and all that comes with that. But we are, and really she pushes me to be better. So it's good to have a partner to push you, because it kind of like holds you accountable. And I've always held myself accountable, but it's like, you can do more. It's not like, I know your potential type deal. So all that coming together, because I've just moved into my house, getting married. It really put everything into perspective. Like, I have to really manage my time. I have to be able to do this, because this is what I love. Because once you stop doing what you love, then man, it's tough to come back.
Man.
You gotta just And I know people are like, you know what? I don't need school. You know, I'll go to high school. I'll go to college for 2 years. Cool. But what happens if you finish?
Yeah.
What happens if you finish and you do
I
that?
don't know. And I don't know if I want to know. And I was just talking to my husband about this. Like, I don't know if I want to know what happens if I finish. Maybe I will, but
yeah, it's a tough thing. But yep, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we always talk about this, but there are a lot of different avenues to
definitely,
be successful, and and there's a lot of different ways to grow your discipline. But I just think school, to be successful in school, you have to have that. So it just kind of like pushes you towards that heavier.
That's right.
Now,
I went to the school of hard knocks.
Come on, so it's a hard knock life, baby. You hear me?
Yes.
Listen, but no, I am really appreciative of Chase's knowledge and the discipline that he took to finish those degrees and kind of keep everything going. I mean, a wholehearted and wholesome person is what you really are. And I mean, I could go on and on. You not only do you do your side gigs, you keep up with your relationship, you're respectful of each other's time. Chase helps out in the church. He helps out with the kids whenever we're around. Like, you are really dedicated to the things that fill your soul. And I just love that. And I love that about you. If I were to step into like an entrepreneurship role, which maybe coming soon, I have to focus on not boxing myself in, because like you said, I'm always like, okay, I'll just get in this lane and I'll stay here. What steps did you take to kind of get yourself out of that mindset?
Trial and error. Trial and error. Easy. So you try something, right? You have it in your head. You're like, I'm going to do this. It never goes the way you think it is, right? So you're like, how do I bounce back from that?
Yeah.
One thing is, do not give up. Once you do that, it's over. Second thing is, rethink your plan. Third thing is, get help. Like I told you, I have a mentor I go to every once in a while, like, hey, I'm kind of losing my way. And it's good to have that person, someone that you can just talk to. If you can't find a mentor, find a friend, or just, find something motivational. Find something that gets you going into something that you like. So with video, I love storytelling. So I love capturing the moment, telling people, because what it is you're creating this video that will last for a lifetime. So whoever you make this for, whatever this is, a wedding, let's say you're going to shoot a wedding, this is what they're going to look at and show their kids 10 years later. They don't have kids, or this is something they're going to show down the road. You want it to be special. You want to be able to make that for them. So
it's
you put your all into it. Yeah, it's more to it. And also, I'll shoot, I've done openings, ribbon cuttings, just anything you can really think of. It's just capturing that for them and seeing that smile on their face, knowing the work is good. That's when I feel like my job is done.
Yeah.
Chase, do you keep business cards on you? And I'm going to lead that into, how do you network and how do you retain the people that are interested and actually start doing work for them?
Yes, business cards are number one. I think it's Vista.com. One of them, Vista Print.
Vista Print.
Yep, you can get 1,000 cards. They had a special for like $19.
Yeah, they're always running something like that.
So, have your business cards.
What's that pitch like? That's what I want to know. Because I think, and this is an issue for me. Like when I go to people and I see people in hair, like at Walmart, and I see they need their hair, and I'll be like, they really need me. But I never. It's hard for me to go up and be like, yo, my name is Lena. You know what I mean? So give us the pitch.
Yeah. So really, it starts with, first you have to come up with your brand. What is your logo? What's your name? How are you going to get people to like, okay, this is cool. Like, so I was like, what could be fun? I'm going to put my name in it. Chase Me If You Can Productions. I said, that'll be catchy. People will be like, what is this? I don't understand. And then once they click on that, it's like, oh, wow, this is something that, like, it's a video company. So my pitch is, I'm chasing your vision. Whatever you're seeing, that's what we want to put on a video. And that's what I want to deliver to you.
That's
and
dope.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. Like, If it has to do with video, photo, logo design, t-shirt, we also do t-shirt designs, all that stuff. Let me know what you think, what you see, so I can see through your lenses. So we're always chasing that vision for you.
I'm chasing your vision.
Yes.
You hear the name?
I can feel that though. That's what's crazy. I can feel it.
That's dope. I like
I
that.
love
That's
that.
right.
Okay,
Mhm.
so work on your pitch, folks. You know, it's opportunity out here.
That's right.
Facts. Michael makes a good point, Lena.
Thanks for coming in, Michael. Listen, and so maybe you can help me, Chase. If I see somebody in a store, if I can't go up to them and say, "Dang, your locks look like me to retwist." What's up? My name is. What should I say? That kind of.
So yeah, break the ice and not be awkward about it and all that.
Yeah.
That's when the business cards come in handy. You go right to, you don't have, he's like, hey, slide it to them real quick. They'll know what it is if they see what your business is. That way you don't have to talk to them. And you just go right by them. If they're going to make a big deal, they're going to make a big deal. But it's like, hey, I did not call you out in front of all these people. Here's my business card.
Listen, but
you
need me.
She's looking at the artwork on your wall, Chase.
Said fire.
Oh, yeah.
Nice art on the back.
And that's one thing. You have to have things that you love inspire you. Anime inspires me. I don't know if anyone knows what anime is. I know Shelly does.
No.
Shelly
And
knows.
he's on another level with anime. Like I watch anime, Chase watches anime. Chase watches anime. He watches people watch anime. He has a scheduled time to watch anime. Like it's deep with this one.
That's right.
Listen, I
would go over his house
to get
any
into
given
anime.
weekend, and they're watching anime. Everybody in the house watching anime, and I'm like, no, guys, no, I'm not like this. I like it, but I don't like it like that.
Not like that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, anime is good. It's pretty good.
Chase, I have a question. I have a question about money, being an entrepreneur. My question is, what's one thing that you wish you knew about money younger that you know now? What's something that you wish you knew right off top that you had to kind of learn through?
Yeah. Wow. Well, actually managing it. Actually having money, because when you don't have money, you just, you don't care. You're just and you'll save some, like your parents be like, here's $10. You might save it, you might spend it, right? Most of us are gonna spend it. Just being honest. You see that it's like a pattern. It's like in your head, you're replaying the same thing. It's kind of like you get to a certain age where you're like, okay, I need to stop this. I figured that out when I got my business going, kind of early before that, because I started my 401k when I was 18.
Yeah.
My dad and mom said, do this now. This is because my dad works at a bank. He's like, you're gonna have 401k.
That was the person who got me into my 401k.
That's right.
Come on. Lead the
it only
children.
takes it only takes one person. One person to tell you something. You gotta hold on to it. Get a 401k.
So if you got any 18, 16-year-olds in your life, tell them jokers to get a 401k right now. You put $1 in it. If you're putting $5 in, $20, whatever,
Throw something in there.
It's not gonna hurt you. It's only gonna help you.
It won't. Save or open a savings account and just throw some money in there.
My kid's only 7. He just told his grandma the other day, I got money for my birthday and I'm gonna spend it all. And I said, that's okay, because I already took some out for you and put it in your piggy bank.
Yeah.
Listen, that's funny. I love that. I'm so grateful for all the little gems y'all giving us. Is there anything you want? Is there something that you just want to leave everybody with? Shelly, did you have more questions?
No. I think I've covered all mine with Chase.
Anything, any little gem, any last piece, any last words you want to leave with everybody? Because I think entrepreneurship, right? Everybody's interested in it. Everybody wants to start their own business, have something on the side, different avenues, or different, revenues. So anything you want to leave with us today?
At the very least, drop your socials so I can.
At the least.
Oh yeah. So I would say, if you are thinking about starting a business, just start. That fear that you have, it's gonna be there forever. I'm sorry to say that right now, but it's gonna be there until you do it. It's just like anything in life. Driving a car, going out your first night, just doing stuff, you're just like, wow, I didn't know. It's not easy at first, but it gets easier, right? Continue to work on your craft. If you're good at something, don't let something, a mishap, anything like that happen. Don't let that just throw you off of your path. Continue down that. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's a good one because I think a lot of people tend to, you get knocked down and it's like, all right, forget it.
Because they're simple words. Simple words to follow, but it's following them. Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
Love
and
that.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Marshonda Williams said, love that. Fear is the hardest to overcome. 100%. Right. I think that's what stops so many people. But like what you said, fear is going to always be there. Can't let it stop you.
And I'll leave with one quote. It's what's impossible with man is possible with God.
Come on, Chase.
Y'all heard the man.
People know.
Y'all heard the man.
That's what I'll say.
What is impossible with man is possible with God.
With God. G-O-D, baby. Listen, Lena Sherman said, yes, inspiring photographer here. This was speaking to me 100%.
Yes. Co-assistant pastor. Yes.
Okay, Chase, look. Chase, you got a new title.
Assistant. We got the pastor and the assistant pastor.
Assistant pastor.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm feeling the part 2 though. Maybe we need to hop back on this, on our next one and get a little deeper. What y'all think?
Yes.
Hey, I'm with it.
We absolutely
This was fun.
Well, thank you, Chase. We appreciate your time. Thank you for being here and tuning in. I dropped all your socials. Well, let me know if I missed one. I dropped TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I didn't drop Facebook because I didn't know if you like that to be personal or not.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you for having me on here, ladies. Y'all keep doing your thing, man.
Thank you.
Chase you if you can.
Yes, chase me if you can. Production.
That's sketchy. That's gonna be on my mind.
If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen him all over my Instagram. Anytime he posts, I post. I'm like the biggest fan here.
Yes, thanks for the support. I got y'all, man.
Appreciate you. We'll see you next time, Chase.
Actually, all right.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Or you can hang out if you want.
You can if you want to.
More segments going.
You can if you want to. Okay, listen, guys. We've had a good show today. I just feel so excited about all the stuff that we learned today. We're gonna hit y'all with one last. Well, we actually have 2 last segments. We can't forget our favorite segment, but instead of doing a poll today, we're going to play a little game. Okay, are y'all excited? What we need is for one person only. Somebody call into the show and help us play our game. Okay, this is a version of Taboo, and it's it's around money management and budgeting and entrepreneurship. So that's kind of going to be the I can't think of the word. It's going to be the theme. That's what I'm trying to say.
The thing.
So we need one person to call in. We're going to go back and forth, and we're going to try to get the person who calls in to guess these words. Okay. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to wait for somebody to call in. Chase, actually, do you want to guess also? Or not guess, but do you want to make people guess?
I mean, I could.
Ooh.
Can you send him the list, Shelly?
I can send him the list.
Okay, this might be fun. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be us 3. So what we're gonna do is a list of 20 words, and we'll go back and forth. So Shelly can start, then Chase, then me. Once we get somebody to call in, so y'all go ahead and call into the chat or call into the podcast Reboot, so we can play this game. And Shelly's gonna send him the little list, and we'll go back and forth. Now, while we're waiting for somebody to call in real quick, let me ask one question real quick. Okay, you up for it, Chase?
Let's do it.
Okay, let me see. Let me get a good one. Okay, so do you know the definition of financial literacy? Have you guys heard of the definition?
I don't think I've heard the definition, but I think I know.
Yeah, what's your definition? Because I think a lot of people have different kind of versions of it, but it's kind of around the same thing. But what's your definition?
Knowledge on how to handle finances, money.
Yeah.
Okay. What would be?
Yeah.
Would yours be the same?
Yeah.
Okay. I looked it up. So this is what I found. I really love the definition. It's basically the same, but it says the ability to use knowledge and skills to manage financial resources effectively for a lifetime of financial well-being.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just
not too far off.
loved that definition because it was just like complete. And it's the whole point, right? We trying to make sure we have a longevity in our finances. And we continuously talk about it on the Reboot podcast because, you know, it's something that's important. And it's always something to learn. And so aspects of it, you can get deeper, you can learn new things. It's always a new like you know, avenue of trying to save your money and a new way to do it. So we just continuously talk about it. Did we get somebody to call in yet? STL.
Hello. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can. Caller on the line.
Who do we have on the line tonight?
My name is Michael. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Wow.
Thank you for calling in. Let's see. This is the game. It's a version of Taboo, right? We have a list of words, a list of 20 words. What you are going to do, Michael, is guess what it is. So each of us is going to try to get you to guess. Chase, did you get your list?
I got it.
Okay, so so Shelly's gonna go first, Chase is gonna go first, then me. Then we're just gonna keep going roundabout. Each person gets 30 seconds until we get to the end of the list. Whoever got Michael to guess the most is the winner, okay?
So is there anything we can't say? Can I say rhymes with?
You can say whatever. It's not, I know Taboo has words you can't say, but you can say whatever this time. Okay?
So I can say rhymes with.
You can say rhymes with. You can sing, you can do charades, whatever it takes to get him to guess the word, okay?
Okay.
Michael, do you have any time starts? Okay, Michael, do you have any questions?
Should I just wait? We're almost to 30. Okay, I'm gonna go right now. Okay, Michael. When you need to look at your finances and make sure you have everything in line, that's called a what?
A budget.
Okay, period. Let's go.
Keep going. You got 30
I keep going? Okay. Michael, when you go to the grocery store and you want to save money on your dishwashing liquid, you give them a what?
Coupon.
Okay, Michael, you want to get this score to 800.
Credit score.
Okay, all right. And there's my 30 seconds. Oh, wait,
okay,
is that it? Oh. Okay.
No, that wasn't it. But he said the first word.
My last 5 seconds.
He said the first word though. Okay, so when we hit 30, Chase, you'll go. So we're stopped at 3. Shelly got 3. We'll go ahead and give it to you. And then Chase, you're gonna go, okay? Once we get to 30.
Perfect.
How y'all feeling? Y'all know I'm competitive. Let's do it. Shelly, you did a great job.
Good job.
Hey.
Michael, you good?
I'm here.
Okay, Chase, go.
I might have scared him.
Okay, this is something you get after you see everything on your can't say it. Okay, it's just you see the overall, the analysis, all the numbers, bars, and everything.
Balance sheet.
Nope, it's something with your score, your something score.
Credit report.
Yes.
Good job.
And then this is something you see as a number after everything that you see after you pay down your bills and all of this stuff. You'll see this number after everything every month.
A balance.
It's a 3-digit number.
Ooh.
It's like at the end of your, like you just paid down your credit card. You just had a payment. No.
I think you got a minute too. STL. Wait, we're gonna hold on. STL, do we have our timer? Do we have that up? Maybe not. Okay. Okay, so we got 3.
Y'all didn't hear the timer beeping?
No, we didn't hear it beeping.
Oh, okay. I guess it's just beeping in my ears. But yeah, okay. So yeah, that was a minute.
Okay,
so are you gonna start on that one that Chase didn't get, or are you gonna go?
I will start on the one that Chase didn't get. Okay, so I'm gonna start on number 5. Okay, Michael, you doing okay? We appreciate you coming in. You doing good?
Yep, I'm good. I'm just trying to figure out what that word is.
Okay, I'm really bad at this stuff,
Yes,
but I'm gonna try because I'm competitive. Let's go. I'm ready.
Ready?
Take a deep
Okay,
breath.
here we go. Begin.
Okay, this is when you check it, you look at it periodically, and if you have a good one of these, you can buy stuff at a lower interest rate.
Credit score.
Yes, I don't know what it's what you put on when you cold. This ain't got no.
Code.
Yeah, I don't know why I put that on the list, but that's on there. Okay, this is what you do. You buy this when you go to the store, and it's in a certain section, and it's half price.
Time.
Oh, oh, do I get
Discount.
that one? Do I get that one?
Yeah, you can have that one. He said it right
Okay,
at the
thank you.
beat.
Okay, I got three. Okay, so Shelly got three. Chase, you got two, right?
Yes.
Chase got one.
2.
One? Oh yeah, no, yeah, because I got the one right before that one.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yep.
Shelly, is your turn again.
Wait,
Let's see
1, 2,
how
3,
we can.
4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 8.
We're at 8. You ready? And G, tell us when to go.
Begin.
Okay, Michael, the number before 402.
401.
You
Okay,
said
401k.
period. Okay, when you go to the bank and you need some money, you ask them for a
Withdrawal.
nope. When you need to borrow some money from them.
Oh, loan.
Okay, that thing has a what that gains them more money.
Interest.
Interest
Interest
what?
rate.
Time.
Period.
no, ma'am. First of all, you said 40. 40 is in 402. Does she get that?
Technicality.
What do y'all think?
I said
what you-
402. I said 402.
STL.
Well, y'all playing this the way we play Taboo when we at the parties.
Like, yo. Okay, we'll give it to
What
her.
do
We'll
we
give it to
think?
her.
Do I get that one? I don't get that one.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you.
A little sus. You already said it's
Yeah,
a
I'm
little
gonna give it
sus.
to you.
Okay, we're on number 11. And
Okay.
Chase's
This
turn.
is making me
You
nervous.
ready?
We're on 11.
Begin.
Okay. Yes, Chase.
Oh, you have 2 accounts, a checking and a
Savings.
yep. If you want to buy something, you're going to blank in this. You're going to want to put a lot of, or you want to put down, and what your money is, you're putting in a.
Deposit. Down payment.
Nope, you're close. It's like,
Time.
oh, I couldn't
Oh,
say.
Lord. That was pretty good.
That one was
Okay,
hard. That one was hard.
what are you at now, Chase?
12.
Okay.
Rebel Ink said layaway. I can't.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord. Okay.
Begin.
Oh, which one? Okay. Did he get that one?
What?
I'm on number 12, right?
Wait.
Yep.
Okay, let me start it over
Okay,
again.
start over.
I'm on 12, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here
Okay,
we
we
go.
good? Okay,
Yeah.
begin.
Okay, this is something that you put money into, and then 10 years later, you get a yield from it.
A CD.
Well, in general, like it could be all type of stuff.
Ooh.
If I want
It's not coming to me.
if I want to give to something, I'm going to blank in it.
Investment.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. This one is it's the value of something that gets returned. God, only got one. Damn. Where you at, Shelly?
6.
And Chase, how many you got?
2, baby.
Dang, I got 4. Okay. I hate
And I'm
to lose.
coming. She's a runner.
Yeah,
She's a
she
track
is.
star.
She gonna run away when she get high. Okay.
So
Shelly's turn.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Ready?
You're on
Begin.
13.
Michael, you buy a house and then you get money from it. What's it called?
Equity.
All right. The amount of money that you like Kanye, the amount of money that he has is called his what?
Net worth.
Okay. Money, another word for money is called
Capital.
No, okay. They often say U.S. Yen
Currency.
ducats. Yes. Okay.
Time.
Ooh.
That was good, Shelly. Good job.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
Do you hear my tonation?
She's-
Well, I know who I want on my team for the next game night.
Don't say that, Michael. Now, don't be choosing sides now.
Okay, Chase.
Okay,
You start
Chase, it's your
off
turn.
on 16.
Yes.
Ready, begin.
All right. Barry. He's a baseball player. Barry. Just said.
Barry Bonds. Bonds.
Yes.
Good job. Good job.
Yes. Alpha. Oh no, this is the stage before they release something. So it's like a
Beta.
yep. It's like an economic what is this? It's like assets that you have in the economy. Ah,
That was good, Chase.
gosh.
That was pretty good, though.
So when you said Barry, the first thing that came to mind was Barry Gordy, and I don't want like an idiot yelling that out loud.
Ah.
You got it though. Good job.
That's funny.
Michael, yes, you're doing a wonderful job doing that. You're guessing everything wonderfully. Now
We ready
I'm
for
about to go, and I want you to really get in tune with me, Michael, so that we can win this thing.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm ready.
begin?
Okay, this is you said it earlier. You said it's another word for money. It's when you gain something. Oh shit! I said gain. Never mind. Okay, number 19. This is when you not take out but put in account.
Deposit.
Yes, and then this is the cost of like using something. It's an extra cost that the bank gives you, or interest rate is say
APR. Percentage yield.
Mm.
I'm not so good at this game. How many do I have? I think I got 10. What you got, Shelly?
You got 5. We have 20 total.
Oh, okay, you're right. Go ahead.
We ready for the? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, begin.
Michael, overdrafts.
Fees.
Okay, period. And we're done.
I'm gonna head out.
And we're done. And that's the game, folks.
Why didn't I think that was so good? It was a good clue.
Hey,
Okay.
that was it. Me and Michael
So-
team game night.
Team game night. Y'all, I'm just
That
distraught.
was
Thank you,
I'm just
Michael. That was great. We appreciate you calling in. We appreciate you answering our questions.
Thank you for having me.
I am the champ.
Michael, we're
Right
gonna
there.
send you a Reboot gift card for coming in on. It's gonna. I'll talk to you about it later. Chase, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Shelly, congratulations. And I'm not happy about you winning, but I will give you congratulations. Chase, you did pretty good. And there it is. That was the game, guys. So thank y'all for playing with us. We got one more
Thank
segment.
you guys.
We got one last segment. Actually, Chase, can you stay on for this too?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is our last segment. You already know what it is. It's turn that thing around.
Oh, wait a minute. I was so.
See.
Okay.
Turn that thing so I can sing my song.
Oh
Turn
man.
that thing
Yes.
around.
I set it up real good, Agina. I said the last
You
segment.
did. You did. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna let it rip. There we go.
Actually, is Michael still on with us?
He is.
Michael, do you want to actually do this also with us?
Oh, maybe he's not paying
Okay.
attention. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, we're back.
basically, turn that thing around is about seeing the positive in every situation. If you can see the positive in any situation, you cannot be held down by anything. Okay, so Shelly's going to give us her turn that thing around scenario. What we're going to do is try to see it out in it. Okay, so Chase, I'll probably do it first and kind of give you an idea. Then you can go ahead and give your 2 cents on it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I'm ready. We're ready.
Oh wait, you guys. Don't hate me.
And we don't. We never will.
I definitely don't have a turn the thing around this week.
What?
And it took me the whole show to realize this.
That is
I do not.
hilarious. Okay.
I'm
All right.
sorry, you guys.
Well,
I
guess
failed
what?
you.
Guess what? You ain't failed nobody. This, you know what? When you can see the positive in every situation, it is not an issue.
Hey,
Okay, that just
turn it around
means
the Phoenix.
that we about to come up with an impromptu turn that thing around. Okay, so now I'm gonna give y'all the scenario, and y'all are gonna have to answer. Okay. This
I
is to
can do that. So you go and then I'll go. I can definitely come off the dome.
Off the dome,
Crazy.
baby. We got the skills. What did Chase tell us to do? Don't put yourself in the box. Open.
Not put myself in the box at all.
Okay, now we got Michael. Okay, so now what we can do
Michael,
is
go.
We can do is I could give one, you could give one. They can give their ideas on it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael, did you hear our turn that thing around directions?
I did. I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm listening now.
Okay. Here's my scenario. Okay. Now you just graduated from high school. Okay. And you did your 2 years in college. Okay. So you got your associates. You find out that what you got your associates in is not really necessarily what you want to do. Okay. So you decide to start your business. Now, when you start your business, you did not have a lump sum of money. You just got right in there. Okay. You live with your mother. You don't have a car because you're trying to put all your money into the business. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so you do that. And for about 3 months, you're doing really well. You're getting this, you're getting that. You're able to, kind of buy some of the stuff you need. But, for the most part, your bills are getting taken care of by your parents. Okay. 3 months pass, you're doing good. Then you hit a wall. No money, no income. Nobody's interested. You're putting your all into it. It's not working out. And so then your mom and the people that are supporting you is like, you need to get a job. It's time for you to get a job. It's not going to happen. Okay. So you are very adamant about not wanting to do this because you want to put your all into this business. This is what you feel like your life's work is going to be. Mm-hmm. Turn that thing around.
Ooh. I'm gonna pull a Chase.
What's the Chase?
I'm gonna pull a Chase and I'm just gonna divvy up my time to everything.
Okay.
Divvy up my time to everything. Give respect to all of my crafts evenly. Okay. Still make money because I hear my mom. I feel her. I still need to make money, so I'm gonna do that. What would you guys do, Chase? You pulling the Chase?
I have to at this point. Stick with what you got. It got you that far. It got you the money, right? You had it all first. Don't go away from it. Just reinvent it.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever that looks like.
Okay, Michael.
I say just try everything until you figure it out. One of those pathways is gonna lead where you want it to. And of course, trying to juggle following your dreams and ambitions while also, being a responsible a part of the household. Those are things we have to do. Otherwise, there's so many people that lose themselves in focusing on what's going on at home, and they never pursue their dreams. And of course, it can get very, very stressful, very, very hectic. But you got to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Love that.
Yeah.
So basically, y'all saying time to go ahead and get the job, but don't lose focus.
Yes.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Get the job, but stay in the game. Make sure you're dedicated to everything evenly, and don't put more of yourself into the day job. Make sure you're taking the time necessary to commit to your other goals, because I think a lot of people do get lost in the day job and forget about their goals. So don't put more of yourself into the day job.
I don't necessarily think it's about forgetting. You're so exhausted. You're worn out. Sometimes you just want to come home and do nothing.
100%. 100%. You already said, okay, Michael, preach. Preach. They saying yes. You already said yes, Welly.
Preach.
Hey, y'all did some good things. What I'm going to do is I'm sugardaddy.com, and I'm going to go ahead and find me Sugar Daddy so I can move in with him so he can support me, because I ain't got to hear my mama, because I got to focus on this business, okay? So that's kind of where I'm going to go. So that way my bills, he take care of that, and I can focus on the business. Simple as that.
I'm here for that.
Okay.
SugarDaddy.com. They got the feetdeal.com, pantydeal.com.
They
There's
got
lots of options.
all of that. It's so many
Hey,
options out
listen.
here. What did Chase say? Don't put yourself in a box.
You're right.
Don't do it, okay? You
Yeah,
already
yeah.
said,
In this case, too.
in this case too, you already said don't put any more hours into that job than they pay you for. I love that.
Yeah.
And like Michael said, it is exhausting. Go ahead.
There is way entirely too much money out there for everybody not to be chasing it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I believe that. Yeah. Your face. Rebel Lee said Michael's face, LOL, because when he looks, I'm just telling y'all the truth, okay?
Listen.
It's just simple as that. Shelly, you got one for us?
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go a step after that.
Okay.
You have now gotten this job and you're contributing to the household, and you have all of your hobbies going. Everything is seeming to be balanced. Okay. You're able to dedicate your time. You're starting to see where you're able to maybe pull back from the day job and get into the hobbies more. Then mom gets injured and she can't work as much. So what do you do? Do you take the reins? Turn it around.
You just had to make this difficult for us, huh?
Right. Who wants to go first?
And it may be temporary.
Everybody's thinking.
It may be a temporary injury, where she's only out for a little bit, and you only have to take the major load of the house temporarily.
Okay, I'll say this because my wheels are still spinning as far as like an actual answer. But I know one thing that a lot of people are not very good at, and actually it's not even that a lot of people are not very good at it. They just don't want to do it. Is nobody wants to ask for help. When you need help with whatever's going on, lighten your load. I actually was lucky enough to be one of those kids that didn't have a problem asking for help. And I think that definitely contributed to me being able to do some of the things I wanted to do because, especially, Black people, especially Black mothers, they carry everybody's load and they never get to do what they want to do. So I think it's very, very important to ask for help. And in most cases, you will receive help.
I love that.
That's a good point.
That's right.
That's the turn it around right there. Ask for help.
Yeah, I think so too. I would say that even the thing is whatever is for you. So even if you start doing it at 30, if you start doing it at 50, if you start doing it at 60, like it's okay as long as you pursue it. So if you have to kind of like take care of the family for a little bit, a year or 2 years, that's fine. After the 2 years, you can always get back into it. You really can. It'll take more work. It'll take more, but you can. If it's for you, if it's what you're supposed to be doing, if it's your life's work, you can hit it whenever it's time.
Definitely.
So that's what I would say.
Before you go, Chase, really quickly, you already said, in my family, help comes with strings. That's so unfortunate, but I do understand that that's a reality for a lot of people.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily have to be family, You can ask for help from good friends, You can ask for help from churches. There's so many programs out there. A lot of people think that it's shameful or something to ask for help, but it's a lot of places out there that help people with their rent or their bills or whatever. Because for things that happen like this, you hit snags and you need money. What, Michael? What were you gonna say?
So I just thought about the comment. She said, helping my family comes with strings. Sometimes the strings might not be a bad idea because if you think about it as a scratch my back, I scratch yours type of situation, everybody gets what they want.
At this point, I need help, and in the future, if you need help, I'll give it to you.
I got you.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. Chase, you gotta turn that thing around.
Oh yeah, well, it's family. If it's my mama, man, I gotta help my mama. And whatever that looks like, you can still work while you're helping her. I mean, you don't have to completely stop, just keep doing what you're doing, or make sure you're divvying up your time, like I said. But gotta help the family because she brought you
Love it.
here. So
Yeah, brought you in this world. I love it.
mhm.
Man, y'all have some good perspectives and some good things. I appreciate
Yeah.
all of y'all's ideas. Michael, thank you for coming in and hitting us with them little gems right there and playing the game with
yeah.
us. You are such a good
You're
guest.
very
So
welcome.
I really appreciate that. Chase, I want to thank you for coming in tonight and giving us your gems, talking about entrepreneurship. And I'm just taking a little bit from everybody tonight. So we enjoy it. We are all about the reboot. That's the last segment of our podcast. I want everybody to give your not I was about to say your socials, not your social security number, but just like where people can follow you. What's your Facebook handle, Instagram, whatever. I want y'all to go ahead and give us that one more time, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Michael, will you start?
Right now, the only social media that is appropriate for you guys to follow is Michael Renee on Facebook.
Okay. All right.
Drop them all, Michael.
Drop 'em.
Right. We
I'm
out
just
here.
kidding.
We the Reboot Podcast. We out here. Go ahead.
Right.
Michael Renee on Facebook. Okay, Chase.
We got
And then
you, Michael Renee on Facebook.
Chase,
Yeah.
drop yours one more time.
Okay, and then so my Instagram is Chase Boykins. So it's ChaseBoykins. Chase Boykins. And let's see here. TikTok is Chase Dempsey 6. And Shelly shared it on there, so you can go into the chat and find it.
Yes, I did.
So
Shared it in the chat.
Okay. Shelley, Wetley, put yours on there one more time for the folks. You already know what's up.
You guys know me. I hit my, for everyone who's following my TikTok journey, I hit my 1,000 followers this week.
Congratulations.
there you
Going
go.
up.
About to be
I
on
grew
that.
it all
Hey.
organically. I realized that TikTok is gonna hit you when they see you growing. They're gonna be like, "You want to buy some followers? You want to buy some comments? We got you 20% off this week, girl." I said, "No. I want my people to follow me because they love me. So follow me on TikTok. Bets on Shelly. BETTSON Shelly. And then Instagram and Twitter are at Miss Shelly Welly, and Facebook is Shelly Welly.
Okay.
Oh, and Twitch. Twitch is Welly Shelly because Shelly Welly was already taken, and I didn't want to switch it up.
Love it.
So,
Love it.
so I did Welly Shelly.
Y'all can follow me on
Go
Instagram. Oh, sorry. What'd you say, Shelly? What was the last
I
thing
was just saying, go ahead, Phoenix.
Yeah, Leor Music on Instagram, LEEOR_music. This is the Reboot Podcast. Y'all follow us because we about to start getting our pages up on the different platforms. So I want y'all to definitely follow us. Thank y'all for talking with us tonight. Thank you to all the guests. Marshonda Willingham, thank you for coming in. Also, this was an amazing show. We're gonna continue to bring y'all content like this. So I want y'all to follow us on all the stuff. And thanks again, and we're about to get out of here. I hope y'all have a great week.
I loved everyone tonight. Marshonda, Chase, thank you for the gems. Michael, thank you for coming in and being my soldier, my teammate. Next time I need to play Taboo, I'm gonna be like, well, can my partner be virtual? Because at this point, this is the only partner I need.
We might do that again.
Listen, yeah, that was fun. Thank you guys all for being here. I love this. This was our first show with real live guests. I hope to have more real live guests. And we'll see you later. STL, do you have parting words for us? Anything you want to share? Thank you, Yurdi. Yurdi said, I'm going to be bike. Thank you,
Come
girl.
on, Yurdi. Appreciate your comments. Love y'all.
Well, if that's all, I guess we'll send you farewell.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yes.
Have a good one.
Bid you adieu.
Growth, longevity, understanding, and integrity. Me and you, we on the road. Graduate, top to top. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do it in my people like mine. What you gonna do when you need it? What you gonna do?